Well, my name's Fraser Doherty. I'm 19 and I run a company called Super Jam. Super Jam's a business that I started when I was about 14 after my grandmother taught me how to make jam one afternoon, and I started making it in the kitchen at home and selling it to the neighbours and at church fairs and farmers markets, and the business sort of grew and grew over the course of a couple of years and got to the point where I was making about 1,000 jars of jam a week in my parents' tiny little kitchen. And I soon realised I was going to have to come up with some sort of big idea in order to move into a commercial setting, and so I developed a process for making jam entirely from fruit and fruit juice, and now supply all of the major supermarkets in the UK.
Where did the name Super Jam come from?
Well, Super Jam's primarily made from super fruits like blueberries and cranberries and pomegranates, and so the word super was always kind of floating around. And for a while we had an idea that we could create the branding around a sort of comic book theme, Super Jam, Superman, and we developed a whole load of funny labels and a comic book style brochure, and we excitedly spoke of having a superhero costume for me, the Jam Boy, to wear at the launch of Super Jam, and it was a whole brand that we'd sort of all got excited about, and really it just was something that appealed to my sense of humour, and when I pitched it to the supermarkets I realised that it might make me laugh and make everyone else laugh, but that's not really what's important. And we then went back and rethought about the branding and realised that it wasn't my friends that we were trying to appeal to, it was adults who had seconds in the supermarket to make a decision, and we would have to communicate very straightforwardly that Super Jam was better for them than other brands of jam. So we then redesigned the labels, but stuck with the name because that everyone likes the name. It sort of it stands out very much against all of the other brand names that are old traditional family names and French names and so on. A word like Super Jam sounds fun and quirky, and people want to find out more about it.
The jam business is quite a competitive one. How do you differentiate your product in the marketplace?
Conventionally, jam is made almost entirely from refined sugar, containing 70 or 80% sugar. Super Jam, on the other hand, is all natural and only made from fruit and fruit juice, so it's a lower sugar and healthier, more fruity tasting product.
The jam market is quite a mature one. It is quite an achievement to actually revitalise that category of business.
True. The jam category has been in decline for the past couple of decades. People eat significantly less jam now than they did 20 years ago, and the reason for that decline is primarily because of jam being so unhealthy, being full of sugar and additives, but also because jam has a very old-fashioned and image. People think of old women and church fairs and afternoon tea, and there's really been very little innovation or creative marketing in the category over the past couple of decades, and I suppose the idea behind Super Jam is just to create a healthier and more modern brand of jam.